Okay, before I actually get on, actually start doing the German moves, I really do want to go over quickly the Russian combats, just to kind of hammer a bit of it into context for me. Okay, so the first combat was at 1605, which would have been here. Okay, so obviously it would have been these guys. And so I was going up against the newly arrived, I do believe, the 22nd Infantry, yeah, because they had just come in as reinforcements. So this is actually one of the few combats, maybe the very first combat actually, that I had where there was actually more hits inflicted on the defender than the attacker. I think in this one... yeah, the Russians inflicted 5 hits, and the Germans only 3 hits, so that was pretty impressive. I'm not used to that. And I think actually for the second combat, here I'm just going to put these back. So yeah, it was, and yet again the Germans opted not to retreat. They could have, obviously, but it was close. I think it was like one more strength point, and they would have had to retreat. Yeah, I'm not here to concede any more ground. So I was like, as well as I was able to counterattack, not at optimal supply. They're 9 movement points away from the 8th Army HQ, but still, that was my very and also that was my very first supply, not optimally. So I mean, they had their strength point reduced before I tripled for counterattack and so on and so forth. And where was my second combat? So that was at 1714. So right here. Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, with the Second Army, I didn't use the cavalry here. I think I kept those guys out of it. And yet again, it's just both sides took a beating. But I think it was 5. Yeah, it was 5 hits. 5 hits a side. So if you look at it this way, the First and Second Army for the Russians, not too bad for combats, considering like for this game system and a lot of the World War I attacking, it's just you better know what you're doing. So yeah, yet again the Germans just said, screw you. We're staying here. We're not going to. Yet again, the objective is to get down to here, so no point in retreating, man. And what happened there? I think there was only maybe 3 or 4 more combats. Because yeah, I didn't want to. I'm trying to kind of, I guess. I'm also have to start cluing in that I'm running out of supply. So here was this third combat with the Russian 9th Army, and I think I mentioned that. They arrived on the map with no supply points, so I forced the commander Salza from 4th Army to transfer 10 supply points over to Lechesky, I think his name is. And where did we attack? At 2805, which would make sense, which I would assume is here. Nope. 2805. Really? Oh. So we attacked here. Okay, we didn't attack over there. And obviously they didn't have to retreat. Oh my gosh, yeah. So the Russians inflicted 4 hits on those Austrians there. And it must have been these two units. Well, Battle Group 5 and the 83rd Reserve and who else? The 81st Reserve. So they went at it, and this is, yet again, the Austrians' September offensive has been pretty good. I mean, they're awfully close to Lublin, but the Russians are fighting back. But they inflicted 4 hits. Unfortunately for them, the Austrians inflicted 8 hits for their counterattack, so that wasn't too good. Yep, and the 4th combat was at 2906, so it would have been here, which means yet again they didn't retreat, and I'm assuming that would have been these two guys would have been going at it, and that would have been the 5th Army. And what happened there? So, oh goodness gracious, Well, not too bad. I guess the Russians inflicted one hit, and the Austrians counterattacked and inflicted no hits. So, you know, at least I guess you could say the Russians are, you know, they wasted some supply, but at least they're not, they didn't take any hits. That's the good thing. Oh, did I knock some stuff over? Yes, I did. I think there is 2 more combats. Yes, because I did a combat for 3rd Army. And what was my 5th combat? My 5th combat was the Russian 5th Army versus the Russian 4th Army at 3206, which would have been here. So obviously I was trying to get rid of these guys, and that didn't work. Or no, it did work, obviously, because what am I talking about? Those are Russians. So obviously I advanced into it. So what happened here? I had the 8th Cavalry Division and the 21st, 52nd, 38th, 46th, and 17th Infantry Divisions against the Austrian 10th Cavalry Division. Well, no wonder. Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, you know what's amazing? Yeah, I decided not to supply the attack when I realized I was just going up against the cavalry, and lucky for me that everything went well because I only managed 1 hit. So the Austrian cavalry was eliminated, and they inflicted no hits. So, and then I didn't advance as many people as I wanted, but did manage to bring them over here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm trying. And then the very last combat would have been 3909. So where are you? Right here. So that didn't... Oh yes, it did go. Goody. Okay, so what happened here then? I must have... 3909, so... They were attacking from the woods. I inflicted 3 hits. The counterattack was 4 hits. But they had... That's right, because they had to retreat. They were forced to retreat. They retreated back to here. So, and then I had some guys over here. I think I had the 32nd over here, maybe. Or was it? Yeah, 32nd. And then I moved them up to here, and then the 5th. So I moved a couple over here, but I still kept some of the troops, even though they took hits. I kept some of them here just because I still don't want to leave a hole here. And that was it, and yeah, I didn't do any combats here for the Russian 8th Army. What I'm trying to do here is just bring more forces to bear before I actually pull the trigger. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to keep trying to bring more and more and more people there, and then, well, probably next turn we'll... hammer away at the units in Cernowitz and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be well, I guess I'll find out after the Germans, because that'll be the end of September turn 2 once the Germans do their thing. And I've at least been over here. I've just been really taking my time. That'll be the next video. I'll take all the little gray cubes off and explain what in the world I think I'm going to do. But I'm really happy that sometimes I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just not make any, don't do anything for another 30 minutes. Just stare at the bloody board for 30 minutes or whatever, as, if I'm going to be the Germans. And it's amazing how all of a sudden it's like, okay, this idea pops up or that idea pops up. And those things would have just either never have cropped up or it would have been too late because I would have made the move by then. So... a perfect example was, I took, like I said, I took 30 minutes before, really making that. I was like, wait a minute. Obviously, the game designer popped this in, not just for the hell of it. You know what I mean? So it's like, wait a minute. If I can move, obviously, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to start moving some cavalry around here and see if I can bring some cavalry out, around here and see if I can scare the living dickens out of the Russian First Army. That type of thing, is what I'm trying to say. Or, is there any way of me squiggling through here? Well, obviously I can if they got the double rail track. So can I bring some units, some infantry over here and cut off their lines of supply here? That type of thing. So, and that wouldn't have popped up into my head if I had just gone, well, let's go, next turn, and away we go. So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is just take my time. Okay.